Boom.
Boom, people. We are back at you once again with another movie review.
Heck yeah, man. We are back again.
Yes, we got a pretty cool one here tonight for y'all. We're going to be talking about the movie The Condemned,
Oh, yeah.
starring Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Yeah.
which was, produced by WWE Films and distributed by Lionsgate.
Yeah.
And this movie came out in April of 2007, so quite a while back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about 17 years.
Yeah, something like that from this
But it
thing
was
here.
cool. Like, it was a kick ass action movie. You got like 10 of like the world's worst criminals, and
Right,
this guy gives them all a chance to like put them on an island, fight to the death, and
right.
that last one survives, gets freedom and a pocket full of cash and all this.
Well,
And
right. Well, for this is a cool action film that was definitely fit for Steve Austin.
yeah,
You
because I
know,
mean he's got that tough,
right,
badass, like will kick your ass type look.
right.
That
And he likes to be out in the wild, anyways.
yeah,
Hunting. I think he likes to hunt and all that shit out in the woods. So this is, pretty cool
and
for him.
he's got a Broken Skull Ranch that he owns.
Right. And also in this movie is Vinnie Jones,
Yeah,
which is
played a
probably pretty. He played a pretty bad, nasty
yeah.
motherfucker in this
I
one.
mean, yeah, he played a sadistic freak.
Right.
Like the one part where the guy's asking like, "Who are you?" and the guy reads off this thing. He's like, "This is Evan McStarley. He's this and that. And he was convicted of 19 torture killings and like
Right.
raped 9 women and uh, just tortured and brutalized and blew up shit." And he's like, well, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He's like, "It's on a day's work."
Yeah. He was pretty messed up. But
Yeah,
let me go over a few things here. I mean, the film centers on 10 convicts who are forced to fight each other to the death as part of
yeah.
an illegal game which is
They're
being
not just
broadcast to the. Huh?
they're not just convicts. Like they're all sentenced like to death row. They're gonna
Right,
eventually be killed or executed.
right,
And it's just like the guy wants to find like the toughest, meanest, sadistic people that he can
right,
find.
right.
It's like these are
It's
the
part of.
people.
Yeah,
Uh,
these are like hardcore, killers and whatnot. And this is
yeah,
part of an illegal game which is being broadcast to the public. Now, I'm going to go over some of the plot.
yeah. It was broadcast via internet. Like
Right. Let me go over some of this plot, and then we'll, get into the movie.
yeah,
Um, so Steve Austin plays a guy named Jack, Conrad, and let's see here. Jack awaits execution in a corrupt prison. He is purchased, though, by a wealthy television producer and transported to a deserted island in the South Pacific along with 9 other condemned criminals from prisons around the world.
yeah,
It says here that they are offered the opportunity to avoid capital punishment and win back their freedom with a pocket full of cash by fighting to the death in an illegal game to be filmed and broadcasted live over the internet.
yeah. And they have bombs strapped to
Well,
their leg. They have
yeah.
30 hours
Well, yeah,
to.
I'm about to get into that. So
Yeah,
it says here a bomb is placed on the ankle of every contestant, each featuring a 30-hour countdown timer and a pin that will detonate the bomb after a 10-second delay.
yeah.
You know,
It's like a red tab that if you pull that red tab after a 10-second delay, kaboom.
right. It says the winner will have the bomb removed and given their freedom as well as a pocket full of cash,
Yeah,
as the prize. You know,
That's some kind of prize, ain't it? You're like,
yeah,
oh, you get to go free. Oh, here's a pocket full of cash, and have a nice day.
yeah. It says Ian here, the TV show's creator and showrunner, is aiming for online ratings that equal or beat the latest Super Bowl of
Yeah,
40 million television viewers.
yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
how. You know how hard that would be to
Yeah,
do to fucking try to compete with that kind of with that count.
yeah. With those kind of views, that's a
Yeah,
lot. But you know what? In a
you would have to have something legit badass, like
right.
something that would just be like, wow, everybody check this out. This is so
Yeah.
cool.
Well, when people are offing each other, I think
Yeah,
that would definitely draw in, a bunch of people to watch.
yeah.
But
It's like the one girl says, and it's like you're making a real life snuff film.
right, it's crazy. But the movie pretty much starts off when you get to see this other actor slash wrestler, Nathan Jones, take on three guys,
Yeah,
and he beats the fuck
I
out of them.
I love how they set that the whole thing up. Like they send three like people in, and you
Right,
see it in this courtyard, and Nathan Jones is just sitting there, just chilling, wanting to be left alone, and
right,
sees the three guys approach him. He's like, "Oh fuck, here we go." You know, and he just gets up, and they just also try to attack him. He's beating the shit out of them. One guy jumps on his back and starts like clawing at Nathan's face. And,
right. He ends up fucking these guys up pretty fast.
yeah, like he broke one guy's neck, threw him
Yeah,
against the wall, then just grabbed one dude and just like was choking him up against the wall.
yeah. And the other guy, he just beat the hell out of, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
But
then you learn that it's all being recorded sent to this thing where you got the one guy that's making everything happen, watching this guy, and he's like, "I want him."
yeah,
And,
right. So yeah, they end up getting these 10 contestants, or convicts, I should say.
yeah,
Well, there's a cool part with Stone Cold too, where they bring him into another cell.
yeah. But what's funny is Stone Cold almost didn't make the count because remember they had other guys picked out, and then one of the guys got killed, and he was like, they shot my Arab. He's like, and they're like, we got a great replacement. We got this Guatemalan guy. He's like, I don't want a Guatemalan. I want a fucking Arab. It's like, you see this part of the world right here? This is the Arab nation. He's
Yeah,
like, if they don't have somebody to root for, they won't log in.
yeah,
And then they find that there's a badass fucking Arab guy at the
he was chained up.
yeah, he's chained up, and they're just sending like person after person in there to get beat up by him.
Yeah,
And
and they
then
sent Stone Cold in there.
yeah, you introduced to him. He's in a jail cell playing with a mouse or a rat.
Right.
He's like, the warden wants to see. He's like, tell the warden to go fuck himself.
Yeah. And then they rack their guns, and he's probably thinking, all right, I better go.
And they take him out. They take him. He's like the next guy to fight him, and he
Yeah.
beats the guy in like 2 hits. Like,
Right. Well, they throw him this key to unlock the chains to go
yeah,
after Stone Cold, and Stone Cold beats him real easy.
yeah, and you're like thinking, wait a minute, what the hell?
Right.
This guy's slaughtering everybody else, but Stone Cold can take him out in 2 hits.
Yeah. Well, Stone Cold's a badass in that film, so.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have been that legit badass to take that big motherfucker out with
You
2
never know.
hits.
But yeah, he ends up beating him, and then they end up deciding to take him.
Yeah,
Stone
because
Cold.
he winds up like, you know what? I'll make everybody in the world hate this guy. Like, say he's a member of this and KKK. And,
Right. Well, he did ask Stone Cold, the shit. What did you do?
Yeah, I loved it. He was asking Stone Cold like, what do you do for a living? I'm an interior decorator. Like, what were you doing over there? He's like, I was working on my tan. He's like, why'd you blow up the building? It was blocking my sun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fucking funny. And then the guy's like,
Yeah,
okay.
and yeah, he's like, where are you from? He's like, Alaska. He's like, what part? He's like, a little town about 80 miles north of Anchorage. You might have heard of it. It's called Fuck Your Mama.
Yeah, Stone Cold was not having any of whatever this guy
Yeah,
wanted.
well, I mean, if you learn what they were saying about him, he spent a year in that prison that he was at.
Yeah,
You know, getting tortured, getting interrogated, probably going through some fucked up shit.
right.
And you know, he's to the point now where he's just like, you know what? They
Fuck it.
didn't break me. You're not gonna break me either, buddy.
Right. So the guy ends up lying and saying he's this, he's that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah. He killed. That he bombed like a hospital for kids and stuff. It's
yeah.
like,
And then when he said that, Stone Cold said something to him like, you know, you better not play with me, man, or I don't play
yeah.
games, or
He
something to
says,
that effect.
yeah. He tells them like, he's like, look, I don't know who you are. I don't care. But I ain't playing no games. He's like,
Yeah.
you don't have to play. He said something like, you don't have to play, but everybody plays,
Huh.
or something like that. And then like you get introduced to everybody else, and they're like you're bringing in all the other convicts, and they're all like going nuts and getting into fights.
Right.
And,
Then
and,
yeah, they're getting upset. But they're all chained up, and they're putting them on helicopters
yeah.
and dropping them off in the water and shit.
Yeah, one guy doesn't even make it. They
Yeah.
fucking throw him out of the helicopter, and he winds up getting fucking
Spiked.
impaled on this
Yeah.
spike.
Some crazy guy. He's like, I'm gonna, you know, he was kept, you know, I'm gonna kill you all, or
Yeah, he
something
was
like
talking
that.
shit. He's like, oh, it's gonna be a fiesta.
Right. And
No,
he's the
you-
first one to
yeah.
fucking go. You know,
yeah,
'cause-
like they throw him out, and instead of landing in the water, he landed, and they're watching in the tower in that place, and these guys are like, oops, He's like, oops, that's more than a damn oops. He's like, hey, watch where you're dropping these guys. I got a show to run.
Yeah, and there's a guy named Rick Hoffman. He plays Goldman, who's like the camera guy. Set up.
Yeah, he's always in a fucking shitty mood. He's just like,
Right.
this ain't happening. You know, everything's fucked. Yeah, this show ain't happening.
Right.
Yeah, they're still.
It still went on. Then they were dropping everybody off like in the water. I think they kept telling them open your mouth so they could put keys in their mouth.
Yeah,
And
remember
Stone Cold wasn't having that.
Well, first you get to the Japanese guy,
Right.
and he's getting ready to put him, and he snatches the guy's glasses and flicks off to one guy like and he
Yeah.
like backflips out of the
Out of the helicopter into the
But
water. But when it
it's
comes
fun-
time to
it's
comes
fun.
to huh?
Yeah, it's funny they drop all of them off in the water, but when it's Stone Cold's turn, they throw him on like a sandy beach deal,
Right.
and
He wouldn't take the key. He's like, take the
Yeah.
key, open your mouth, and he fucking hits him in the face.
yeah, he threw his elbow into the guy's ear.
Right. And Vinnie Jones is like, oh yeah, he didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
You know, something to that effect.
Vinnie Jones was a fucking character. Like
Yeah.
it's like
He was a piece of shit.
he's a sadistic, psychopath, but
Right.
like sometimes he acts like he's just a normal guy, and it's like, wait, I mean, sometimes you want to hate him, but then sometimes you feel bad for him. Like, wow, he don't seem all too bad.
But yeah, everybody gets dropped off. And then the one girl, there's an old guy and a girl.
Yeah, there's like a big older guy and this one black girl, and she's watching the Japanese guy walk, figure out where to go, and she turns around and she gets attacked by this big older guy,
Right.
and he beats the crap out of her, dude.
Right.
Like he's like backhanding her, throwing her around, and
Right. But she ends up pulling his thing.
yeah, first she
Well,
breaks
yeah.
off a tree branch and
Right.
stabs him in the throat with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, she breaks that thing off and stabs his ass and then kicks him in the nuts.
Yeah, for the one last good shot, she just like kicks him right square between the legs,
Right.
and he's like, ah!
And his ass gets blown up. which is pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
they show back at the people that are doing the show. They're like, oh man, we got like 9 million. He's like, that's a start.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, how is it 9 million a start? He's like, how many people watch the Super Bowl? And he's like, 40 million. He's like, that's the number I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And they're like telling him like that's impossible. You know, you have to have something special to get, you know, that kind of viewership.
Right. Right. So yeah, she ends up blowing his ass up. And then
Yeah.
there's this one black guy that ends up fighting that Chinese guy or Korean
Yeah.
guy, whatever he was.
Remember, they get like a package dropped, and the one guy runs up to it, starts finding like a bottle of water, like a sandwich, and a
Right.
knife, and then he's thinking, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about." And he gets attacked by the Japanese guy. They go at it for a bit, and then the one guy like runs off.
Yeah, he gets away. And then
And
the Japanese guy or Chinese guy, I don't remember, but he ends up
Yeah.
running into Vinnie Jones, and they end up making a pact together.
Yeah, and he gives him back the sunglasses, and the guy puts them. I love how he always puts the sunglasses on, and then he pushes his hair back afterwards. Like, okay, I'm in.
Right, and then at some point, Stone Cold ends up running into Nathan Jones.
Yeah, and they start. Yeah, he knocks him down. He tells him, "Stay down, or we don't have a problem." And he stands up and he looks up at Nathan Jones like,
Damn.
"Yeah, we got a big fucking problem."
Yeah, because Nathan Jones is a tall motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
And they end up fighting for a little while, but then
Yeah, and not talk about fighting. I mean, they throw the freak down.
yeah, and then Nathan Jones gets like kicked off a fucking cliff
Yeah.
and blown
Yeah.
up.
They're rolling down the cliff and they're stopping and they're tussling, and you hear the beeping, and Stone Cold looks over and sees one of the tabs hanging from a tree branch,
Right.
and they're like, "Oh shit, who is it?" And they look down and you see it's coming from Nathan Jones, and
Yeah.
Stone Cold just like kicks him off of him, and he goes like flying off this cliff, and
Blows
in
up.
there you just see him boom.
Yeah, which I think is one of the coolest death scenes in
Yeah.
that film. I thought that was pretty cool.
See him
Yeah.
flying through the air, then just explode.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
then he ends up going, and then like the one, was he Mexican guy and the Mexican wife?
Yeah, it was him. There was two Mexicans. There was one. They were like a husband and wife
Right.
team.
Stone
And they
Cold
got-
finds one of them, the guy.
Yeah, the Mexican guy. That was before Nathan Jones.
Right,
where-
right.
Because the guy gave Stone Cold the key to
Right.
get his shins off.
Right. Well, yeah, because at first the guy was trying to fight Stone Cold, and Stone Cold's like, "Look, man, I don't want to, no
Yeah,
part
he's
of
like,
this."
"Look, man, calm down." He's like, "I'm just looking for my wife. That's all that matters to me."
Right. Right.
And so later on, he winds up actually like finding his wife. And
But it was short lived.
yeah,
because-
because Vinnie Jones and the other guy like show up and they start like
Vinnie Jones fights that Mexican guy, and he actually, gets him some good hits.
yeah. But the thing that happened was he was getting the better of Vinnie Jones, and then he noticed like his wife being attacked by the Chinese or Japanese guy.
Right.
And when he took his eye off Vinnie Jones, and Vinnie Jones grabbed like a stick and
Hit him in the knee.
nailed him in the knee with it and
Yeah.
broke his knee.
Right. So he fucked up his leg, and then he goes and fucks up his wife, man, in a bad way.
Yeah, he ties up the guy's arm, and then he goes after his wife and apparently like beats her, tortures her, rapes her.
Right.
Why the husband is
it's
watching.
Paco.
And, yeah, and then you see the other people, the people that are putting the show on, like they're watching it as well, and you get to see like some of them just
Yeah.
look so like,
I think the wife's name was Rosa.
yeah, because he's yelling, he's like Rosa,
Right. So he fucks her up bad.
So they do all that, and then you see Vinny Jones at one point like walking up to the one guy, and he's all like got blood all over his face, and he just looks up and goes, "That's one angry bitch," and then you just hear like boom, like she explodes.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Then the husband gets away though.
Yeah, but see, he's in such bad shape that he couldn't really fight him. He even tells Stone Cold later on, he's like...
Yeah, he ends up running into Stone Cold again.
Yeah, and he tells Stone Cold what happened. He's like, help me kill them. He's like, I'll help you stay alive.
Yeah.
And later on, they get to a spot where they're sitting and... Well, further, they're sitting there, and you see Stone Cold putting like a plate in the... behind the bomb thing, because it's like, he's like, see this? It's like GPS. He's like, I don't like being tracked.
Yeah, because he goes over to the other area to call his wife.
Yeah, he goes to where they're all, like, all the people that are putting a show on, area. And Rick Hoffman, who plays Goldie, even tells him, he's like, I had him on camera and I lost him. You know why? Because he's coming here, and I don't have cameras where we're at.
That's too not a smart move for them.
Yeah, so Stone Cold gets to a tower, and he makes a call to his girlfriend living back in the States, and at first he's like trying to give him like a bank account because he's got money, and he starts giving her the coordinates, and about halfway through the coordinates, he gets cut off. And
well, yeah, because the guys were coming after him.
Yeah, and so he jumps over the one thing and goes back to the other side of the island.
Right.
And by the time he gets back to the other side of the island, like, shit's going down. Like, the one black guy runs into that black girl, and they start like fighting, and they seem like they make a truce and a team. And
right. Well, that was his mistake, because he was like, look, I don't want to hurt you or none of this shit.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to get this bomb off my ankle.
Right.
And at one point, they're sitting somewhere like in a little building with a fire going, and like they start talking, and he's like rubbing his shoulders, like, what's wrong? I was like, when I fell out of a helicopter, I landed wrong. And the girl starts like, giving him like a, shoulder massage, and they're sitting there talking like, how did you escape? He's like, I got lucky and escaped. Went to Malaysia and started his own hash spot. Started seeing this native girl, and talk about how she gets busted on some possession charge, and gives him everything, and
right.
They bust down his door, find a bunch of hash, and he's like, you know what that means in Malaysia? Is like, it's death row all over again. And he's like, you know what I mean, baby? And he turns around, he's like, baby, where you at? And you start hearing the beeping, like, beep. And he looks down at his ankle, and in all of that, she somehow pulled his fucking pin.
Yeah, that's so messed up.
And he's like, oh, no. He's like, oh, no, bitch got me again.
Yeah.
Oh, not again, not again.
Boom.
And I was like, yeah, and then they're watching back at the computers, and they're seeing, like, what happened. It's like, oh, the guy got wasted by the chick. And he's like, okay, turn this off, get it on to something else. And when they cut on to something else, you see that Vinny Jones and the Chinese guy, they got Vinny Jones, or the Mexican guy,
like,
and beating the shit out of him. And
right.
Stone Cold finally makes it to him.
Yeah, but he's on the other side of the bridge where it's broken in half.
Yeah,
so he couldn't get to him.
Yeah, and so they torture the Mexican guy. They shoot him with an arrow, and they eventually like cover him in liquid and set him on fire.
Yeah, that was messed up, man.
Yeah, it's like,
what the fuck?
I mean, think about this. He had to watch what he did to his wife.
Right, and then go through that shit.
Yeah, and then it's like you don't even get like no revenge. You just like they even said the people that are watching on the cameras were all saying like wow, he's not even trying to fight back.
Right.
Like this guy killed your wife, and you're just basically letting him kill you. Like you're not even putting up a fight.
At that point, with a busted knee and losing his wife, he probably gave up.
Yeah.
I would think. But yeah, I like how Stone Cold was like, okay, game on.
Yeah, he's
You
like,
know, he was
okay.
pissed then, man. That's when he was
Yeah.
really pissed. And like the next day, he fights that Japanese guy.
It was a pretty badass fight.
Yeah.
And
He ends up wrapping his arms in metal.
yes, because they have knives and everything. And when they try to hit him with a knife, he could just put
Right.
up his hands, and the metal around his arm will like block
Right.
the, which was real a good, cool idea,
Right. He ends up fighting that guy, and then Vinnie Jones ends up going after him too. Fight
Yeah,
him. They end up in some sort of
Another like little building.
like
deal.
yeah, some sort of building thing where the other girl is at.
Yeah, and
The black-
they're confronting each other, and then as he's holding her against the wall, she actually gets shot by Vinnie Jones
With
and
the bow and arrow.
with the bow and arrow,
Right.
and they start setting the place on fire, and
Yeah.
like Stone Cold finds like a little way to get out, and as he's trying to get out, the girl winds up like pulling her own tab, like no, I'm done,
Right. And he ends up dropping down below underneath the thing, and it ends up blowing up.
Yeah.
And so they think that he's dead, and so the Japanese guy and Vinnie Jones
Yeah,
kind of
he's-
start going after it till they find out Stone Cold's still alive.
Well, first of all, when they think that Stone Cold and the chick is dead, they realize like we're the only two left, and you see like they have like a stare down, like they're about to fight.
They did for a little bit because
And then the Japanese guy wound up like running off, and
yeah, but then
And
they
like,
find out Stone Cold's still alive, and he ends up fighting those guys, again. And
Yeah.
Stone Cold's on stabbing that motherfucking Chinese guy or Japanese guy in
he
the
stabbed him
chest.
like right in the heart, like
He got him pretty good.
yeah, and he goes down, and it's like.
Ends up taking him out.
And you get a cool shot. One of the coolest shots I thought of the movie was when he's chasing Vinnie Jones, and they're at that side of that cliff
Right.
where they drop down, where there's like
Yeah. And he's like, all right, man, it's just me and you now. Let's do this.
and he's like, nah, not now. And he,
Yeah,
like, Vinnie
not
Jones
today.
jumps off the cliff and into the water, and
Yeah.
Stone Cold standing there, and
Thinks about it, and he goes, jumps too.
He's thinking about it, and all the people that are watching, like all his people back home that are rooting for him, and you hear him saying like, he's not going to jump, he's not going to do it, and then the Stone Cold looks down and goes, fuck it, and just jumps.
Yeah, goes after him. And that's when Vinnie Jones finds like more ammo and guns and
the
shit.
guy, the one who's running the whole thing, he has like packages dropped for him to make it to where give him a clear advantage, and they drop him a package that had like a shotgun in it, so where he can
Right.
like start shooting, and this
Yeah, as
they
soon
make
as-
it clear at one point that he took Stone Cold out because he
They
was shooting
thought-
him, and Stone Cold fell off and slid down the side of this rocky area.
Right, into the
wall.
water where he was kind of out of it.
Yeah, and you think he's dead, and dude, the saddest part was when his girlfriend was thinking that he was dead, and she just like looking at the TV, just total in tears, like Jack, no.
Right.
I was like,
But no,
"Ah."
Stone Cold's not going on like that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they all think he's dead, so they exit out Jack and then make it, thinking that Vinnie Jones won the whole thing. So they're like,
Right.
bring him back. We're gonna do the closing ceremony. And at that same time, where they're still thinking he's dead, one guy gets the news that like they found the island. There's some Navy SEALs there. And he's like, yeah, it's too late.
Right.
And they get news that, you know, hey, the Navy SEALs are coming for us. And
Right.
the guy in charge and his sidekick,
Are
they
going.
make a plan like, all right, let's get the helicopter, gather my things, I'll meet you there in 10 minutes.
But also before that, he was Vinnie Jones was like, "Hey, I want my money."
Yeah, he's like, no, you're just gonna get your freedom. Like,
Right.
deal is what it is. It's like you only won because I let you win.
Right. And which pissed him off because Vinnie Jones started killing his men.
Yeah, I like how he tricked the guy. He's like, the guy's smoking a cigarette. He's like, hey, you got a spare smoke? He's like, come on, one after the long day I've had. And he gives him a cigarette, and he goes to give him a light, and like he takes the one guy out, takes the other guy out, grabs their gun, and goes in the building where all the other people are still there, and he winds up just like, starts gunning everybody down.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, he's gunning all the camera people, the people that are running the behind the scenes stuff, and the computer stuff.
Like the guy's whole crew, like, you know, who's editing, doing the editing work, the sound effects, and
yeah, he's taking one out after another. He was pissed. He's like, "You like this shit?"
Yeah, he gets the one guy, and he's like, you enjoy watching all of this? And he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, it's too late.
Right, killing everybody. And then that one
down to the guy, the bad guy's girlfriend, who, as he's getting ready to like probably kill her next,
right.
like
Stone Cold's right behind him.
Yeah, and he's like, he sets him his gun down, like tells him sit down.
Yeah.
And he tells him, he's like, look, man, he's like, I never wanted any of this. I never wanted to fight you. He's like, I've been tossed around all these, doing all their work, and spent, he's like, I spent a year in African prison getting, he's like, getting raped twice a day by the fucking natives.
That's crazy.
And he's telling them, like...
He's telling, his story.
Yeah, Stone Cold tells him, he's like, sounds like you lived a hard life. He's like, yeah. It's like, good thing it's over. And he just starts shooting the fuck out of him.
Yeah, he's shooting him. Then, like, the main guy is, about to leave, and then that fucking one guy, what's his name, is like, hey, man, where you going? The Rick Hoffman.
Yeah, Rick Hoffman, like, right. He confronts him. He's like, you can't leave us. You got to take me with you. And he tries to offer him, like, he's like, I'll take you. I'll give you $1 million. He's like, $1 million? No, you said 5% of the net. You owe me millions, not $1 million.
Right.
And they have an argument, and he goes to attack him, and the guy's like, bodyguard, or whatever you want to call him, gets him, and they wound up, like, pulls a knife out and getting ready to, like, slice his throat, and he's just like no.
Yeah, that was crazy. He ends up taking him out.
Yeah,
it's just nuts.
Stone Cold winds up taking that guy out before he took out Vinny. Remember, he's like, when he comes in, he's like, they stopped him. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you too, sweetheart. He's like, oh yeah, you fucking son of a man. And right before he can say something, he hits him, grabs a gun, and just like shoots the guy.
Oh yeah, that was a cool kill scene.
Yeah, you see the bullet holes like coming right out of his back, like.
Right. Right. Then there's this one blonde-headed girl that.
Was dating the main bad guy.
Yeah, right. That was cool because Vinnie Jones, you think she was about to be killed by him, but Stone Cold stops all of that. But then Stone Cold, the main bad guy, gets on the fucking helicopter to leave.
Yeah, and Stone Cold, you're thinking like, man, Stone Cold made it there too late. He's getting ready to fly away, and then you see the girlfriend like come up beside of him and just hand him the ankle bomb that they and then they took off Vinnie Jones, and he puts the key thing in there to activate it,
Right.
and throws it into the helicopter.
It blows that motherfucker up.
Yeah, it blows up. It goes and crashes into a fucking
Mountain.
like a side of a cliff, and just completely disintegrating. You're like, oh man.
Yeah. Hell of a movie, man. Then he ends up back home to his girlfriend.
The ending was so cool. Like you see a car going down the road heading towards his girlfriend's house, and they're playing that song by Nickelback.
Right.
And
that's pretty much where it ends.
Yeah, he pulls up. They pull up. The girl's walks out, like, what's going on here? And the vehicle drives off, and Stone Cold
is there staring at her.
Yeah, he just gives her like a kind of like a quarter smile, and it just you get the Nickelback song, like, show me what it's like.
Right, which is pretty cool. I mean, and then the credits roll. Right.
Yeah.
All in all, it's a great film for Stone Cold.
If you watch the movie and you play Stone Cold's commentary during it, he said that he actually chose to end the movie that way because he was like, it was such a good movie, all the brutality and all this. He's like, if we would have really muffed it up with a cheese ball ending where you see me and her looking at each other and me running across the yard and embracing, it's like, I didn't want that kind of ending. I just wanted to show that he's back home in Texas to be with his girl, and they see each other, and he gives a quarter smile, roll credits, everybody get out of here.
Right. So that's the end of the movie there.
Yeah.
All in all, I'm gonna probably give this I don't know, a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it a strong 8, dude, because it had everything you could want in a movie. It had brutality, it had lots of fighting, and just a crazy story, and everybody be on that island just a fight to the death. 10 it's 10 people get on the island, only one person survives.
Right. But although it was a cool movie, from what I'm reading, the critical response, the Rotten Tomatoes elicited 15% rating, so it got bad reviews.
Yeah.
Also, the movie had a budget of $20 million, but only ended up making $8 million at the box office, which is not too good. But on top of that, it says The Condemned was filmed in Queensland, Australia, and the fight choreography was coordinated by Richard Norton, who also stunt doubles for some of the scenes and whatnot. And Richard Norton's well known.
Oh yeah.
He's been around a long time. So he's an actor and a martial artist, and he was a bodyguard for rock bands, and
he's somebody.
Fight choreographer. He's been around a long time. He's been around, I think, before we were like babies, because I know he was in the Octagon with Chuck Norris. So that came out in 1980. So he's cool. But here's the cool thing about this film, if I could find it. I read over it earlier. The home media. Okay, so Condemned was released on DVD and Blu-ray, opening at number 4. This is where it made its money. It brought in $6 million in its first week, just by the Blu-ray DVD sales. Overall, it has estimated in 1 million DVDs earnings. So it made over $22 million in DVD sales. That's where it made its money.
Hell yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah, I remember when it first came out, I even bought it on DVD.
Yeah, so did I.
What do you mean? So did you? I ended up giving you my copy for your birthday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
Well, I mean, I remember having a copy years ago. Like, I mean, I
right,
don't remember exactly how I got it, but bought it, got it
yeah,
given to me, whatnot. But I just,
right. I got it when it first came out, and your birthday was coming up, so I decided to give it to you. But then
yeah,
I rebought it again on Blu-ray,
yeah,
along with the second film. You know, the Condemned 2 that stars Randy Orton. You
yeah.
know,
I watched that one too. Back, 'cause I was thinking, oh man, Randy Orton gonna do a movie like this would be
right,
cool. And
right.
I don't know, like to me, it didn't. To me, it didn't hold up to like the first one. Like,
Well, probably because it didn't have the time or the budget of the
yeah,
first one. You know, I'm not sure what the budget was on the second film. I'll find out if we ever do a review on part two.
yeah,
But I'm pretty sure it was probably like half the budget. You know, so when you get half the budget and less time to do shit, it's not going to be that good. But as far as the first film goes, I always thought it was pretty good. It's a good film for Stone Cold.
I thought, I mean, yeah, everything about it to me was cool. Like, I liked how it was like all on the island. I like they all like
Right,
like even the places where Stone Cold was almost nearly killed by Vinnie Jones, all the rocks and the water and
right.
like that whole view. Like that's a cool freaking spot.
Yeah, I do like the concept of them,
Yeah.
taking all these convicts and force them to fight to the
Yeah,
death. On
it's like I mean, his girlfriend, the bad guy's girlfriend, tells him at one point, like, "This is sick. You know, you're having these people get treated like this." And
Right,
he's like, "Listen, all 10 of these people, like, do you think they had like, this is not better than them sitting in a prison cell or waiting to be executed?"
right,
Like that's all these people. They were all condemned to die at some
right,
point, and all he's doing is like he's giving one out of those 10 a chance to live.
right.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, it is pretty wild, man, to do something
yeah.
like that. But all in all, yeah, like I said, I give it a 7.5. I think it's a solid film, a good action
I
film.
would
To
say
start
I'd give it
with.
a solid 8, dude. I
Oh hell
mean,
yeah! I mean, wouldn't you agree that this is probably Stone Cold's best movie?
yeah. I mean, he's done quite a few movies, but I think The
Yeah,
Condemned was his
right,
coolest role because I mean he was just one of those no nonsense serious guys
right.
like leave me alone or you're gonna get hurt.
Right. Even though I liked him in the Expendables, but he was a good guy in the Expendables. He was a bad guy.
Yeah,
And
he's done some other like not like real big name movies. Like I remember he did a movie called Tactical Force where
right,
he was like a SWAT officer and they wound up having to fight this whole band of like mob guys or whatever. And
right,
and he did one called Recoil with Danny Trejo.
right. Which I have those on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that was
Cool low budget action films that he did back in the day, but he no longer does films.
yeah because I mean he's made fortunes with wrestling, with movies, and
Right. He's made a lot of money through
I
wrestling, through
know
merchandise.
I
You
know
know.
he runs like a ranch, like that Broken Skull Ranch, which he had like a TV show on there, like bringing people up to do like a tough person contest. And the thing now, a lot of times you see him on YouTube making YouTube videos where he's just chilling out on his ranch.
Yeah. Which is cool. He's going doing his own
I mean,
thing.
he deserves it. I mean, all the name he's made for himself all these years. Like, I'm sure, he could just take it easy now.
Oh yeah, he's not hurting for money by no means.
No.
He's definitely made his money big time in the wrestling world. Even before he got in the movie world, he's definitely made money.
Yeah.
Because his merchandise was selling like a motherfucker back in the
Oh,
90s and shit.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted that Stone Cold shirt. Even you ordered
Yeah,
it.
I had it. I bought the original Austin 316 Smoking Skull shirt.
Yeah, what year was that?
97.
Man, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I remember you wearing that shirt from time to time.
Yeah, the funny thing is, that was such a hot shirt, and they were selling out like crazy. Like when I put my order in, I got a letter from the WWF, well, back then WWF, got a letter from them saying that my shirt was out of stock and it was on back order.
Wow.
It would be like another week or two before I'd get it, and I remember it was so funny. I was in bed sleeping one morning, and we get the mail delivered at a certain time. And remember, I got my mom. She came in the room and just threw the package with the shirt in it. Like, here's your package.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah.
And I was looking like, what the fuck? And I opened it up, and I was like, oh man, I got it. I got an Austin 316 shirt.
Oh yeah, that's cool, dude. I bet those shirts nowadays are probably worth a lot of money. If you look on eBay,
I
they
kept
could
my
be worth.
shirt for the longest time, to the point where it just
Got ripped up.
got so old and just started getting like holes and ripping, and
Right.
I just like, I think I eventually just wound up throwing it away at some point, because it's just like,
Right, it got too fucked up.
yeah. Well, what happened, I think, too, now all the holes, but I think I left it outside one day and it got rained and soaked and just got ruined, and I was just like, well, fuck it. But
anyways, but yeah, guys, if you haven't seen the movie and if you're into action films, I highly recommend that you check out The Condemned.
If you really want to see a cool fight movie with people it's funny, they say it's 10 people fight for their lives, but by the time they get, only 9 actually make it to the island.
The first guy gets spiked.
Yeah. I like how he was talking all that shit. He's like, oh, it's gonna be a fiesta, y'all are dead.
Right.
That's bad.
He made it look like he's gonna be this ultimate bad guy, and he ends up going out first.
They throw him off the helicopter just as they're passing over the damn spears, and he just lands right on one. And
it's like, damn.
Rick Hoffman's reaction, like, oops. He's like, the guy's like, oops, that's a real big oops. Like, hey, assholes, watch out where you're dumping these guys. They got a show to run.
Yeah. So
he didn't even care. The guy just impaled and died. Like,
yeah, he just wanted a good show. That's, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he got it, because by the end, with all the action, the death, the brutality, he got the ratings that he wanted. He got that 40 million.
Yeah, well, it ended up costing him, because this ass got blown up in that fucking helicopter.
Yeah, he didn't even get to enjoy that. Like, you gotta think, dude, they were charging $50 a pop. So
is that what they were charging? Yeah, because she went to the I don't think we talked up.
The girlfriend went to a bar.
Right.
And got on the guy's internet, and it says like you have to subscribe to it.
Right.
It's like pay now $49.99.
Okay.
So like $50. Like,
wow.
You figure $50 times 40 million.
Yeah, you're talking millions of dollars. You're
talking
in the billions, right?
Billions.
Yeah, you're definitely. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that guy could have just took that money and ran and just lived, like, live happily ever after.
Oh, big time off of that, man.
You notice that though? Motherfucker just started getting greedy at the end, like he just had no cares that he was just gonna abandon the team and all, like trying to tell the guy like, I'll give you $1 million, like you owe me millions. Right.
He wanted, he owed him like a percentage.
Yeah, he said something about like 5% of the net. Like, you owe me millions, not $1 million.
It's just crazy. He ended up getting fucking knifed.
I mean, like, the guy could have gave so much. Like, he could have been like, okay, fine, you want $10 million? Let's go. If you got billions of dollars, what the fuck is $10 million, dude?
Yeah, when you're making billions from that internet shit. Just crazy. That's a good actor, by the way. I remember him in
Yeah,
he was
he was in Hostel.
Right. He was in Hostel. He had a cool part in Hostel as well.
Yeah,
Well,
Hostel was the only movie that ever like truly. You ever have a movie that just totally grosses you out? And you're just like you'll never watch that movie again.
yeah, there's some trippy kill scenes in that.
Yeah,
Well,
but I watched that movie once, and there's just, I mean, it was crazy. But yeah, Rick Hoffman is one of those people like torturers or whatever.
right.
Like he had a freaking awesome role. Like he's a great actor.
Yeah, whatever movies you see him in, he does a um, good acting jobs in. I mean, I think he was in that horror movie Thanksgiving. Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, I seen that a while back on Netflix, and yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, he was
Really?
also in Cellular with Kim Basinger. That's
Yeah,
a good movie too.
I don't think I've ever seen Cellular.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, good actor, and all in all, man, yeah, good movie. Like I said, if you're into action films, definitely check that one out, and check out other Stone Cold Steve Austin movies because he's done, quite a cool bunch of action films.
He did one with Steven Seagal called Maximum Conviction.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
He didn't do a whole lot of films, but he did, a handful of movies. I'll go over his Wikipedia filmography here. He was in his first film was in The Longest Yard.
Yeah, he
With
played
Adam
a bad
Sandler.
dude in The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
I like when he got clotheslined by Bob Sapp. He's like, I think I made him shit himself. I think he shit himself.
Yeah.
No, we gotta get this guy to a hospital. He shit himself bad. He's like, I told you I made him shit himself.
Yeah. And also, he was in a movie called Damage, which is a cool.
Damage. Yeah,
That's
he was like a bare knuckle brawler.
Right. That's a good one. And then The Expendables, where he's a bad guy, which is a cool movie.
Yeah.
Then
had a cool fight scene with Stallone.
Yeah. Then he was in one called The Stranger. And then Hunt to Kill, I believe that's the one where he fights Gary Daniels. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a cool movie.
Was the one where he's like got like amnesia or something, but he's still like people are trying to find him, and he's like, you find out at the end he was like he was a cop, had a family, and all this, and
right. He's in Recoil. Huh?
Yeah, Hunt to Kill. I remember that was a pretty good movie.
And he was in Recoil with Danny Trejo.
Yeah, that was a good one, dude. There was a scene in Recoil that was really trippy. He ties this one guy to like the hood of a car, like on the hood, ties him down to it, starts the car, and puts like a stick down the gas pedal, and has the car drive into this building and explode.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool deal because, like, instead of tying him up in the car, you have him tied up on the hood of the car. Like, as he's like,
oh, yeah. He was also in a movie called The Package with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I seen that. That was a pretty good, decent movie.
Right, and like you said, Maximum Conviction with Steven Seagal. That's cool to see those two actually team up in a movie together.
That was cool.
And of course, he was in Tactical Force with Michael Jai White. He was in another film with Michael Jai White. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, he was in those cool action films, in the early, like mid 2000s there. And then that was pretty much it. He haven't really seen him in the movie in like 10 years.
Yeah, well, because like I said, that's because he had other stuff going on now. He had his ranch and
he said the Broken Skull sessions.
Yeah.
And all that. But yeah, I mean, cool movie. And I guess unless if you have anything else to say about it, we can wrap this one up.
Yeah, I mean, I think we covered it all basically.
Yeah, we covered it all. Like I said, guys, check her out. If you're into action.
Yeah, if you move for a good old school action movie,
with some ass kicking.
Condemned.
Yep, with some cool. They had some cool, decent fight scenes, even though it kind of felt like it was all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, for that type of movie, I think it kind of fits that type of movie,
Yeah, I think the fight scene between Stone Cold and Vinnie Jones, or not Vinnie, but Nathan Jones was pretty badass.
the one he had with the Oriental guy was also pretty cool too.
Yeah, I like the one part where the Japanese guy, he's sitting there with Vinnie Jones, and they got a package, and they had like
Oh yeah, they were looking through the bag and shit.
yeah, and the one guy had a knife. He's like, "Time for you to limber up a little bit there," and
Right.
he does this cool like one arm like flip, like he just puts like he holds the knife with one hand, puts his hand down, and does like a cartwheel,
Right, with one hand.
and he just like lands like ah, and
Right, he's all
Vinnie
hyped up.
Vinnie Jones looks at him and goes, "Simmer down a bit."
Yeah, yeah, because it's like these guys are like finding, it's like candy in a toy store for these guys when they find that bag of fucking weapons.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You find out that the guy was dropping those bags personally just for for Vinnie Jones.
Yeah,
like he wanted Vinnie Jones to win.
Right, but yeah,
So that's why he was dropping those packages to give him like an advantage, basically.
right, over everybody. But yeah,
I
he
like how
was crazy.
They sent him a bag, and they're going through it with all these weapons and stuff, and he finds like this little containers. Like, oh look, they even sent me some cigars.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's right. I forgot about that. He's
Yeah,
like got this.
he lights up a cigar. Goes, somebody really likes me.
Yeah, because they were all like happy and excited that they found this bag that's got knives and like guns and
Yeah.
shit.
They even had like bottles like of those Molotov. They called Molotov cocktails.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they found a bunch of those.
Yeah, and the guy gets way happy because he finds like a little container full of cigars. He's like, yes.
Hell yeah, that's when they used that cocktail when Stone Cold went in that one area where that girl was.
It's funny because the one guy's like, "You got a camera in that building? Get on it!" And like, as soon as they start showing that the fire winds up burning, he's like, "They just torched my cameras."
Yeah.
I
Oh, that's
realized-
right.
You
That's
know?
right. They torched the fucking camera, so he's getting pissed because now they can't see what the fuck's going on.
Not only did they torch those cameras, remember at one point Vinnie Jones, when he was fighting Stone Cold and he had the shotgun and he come across those two people in like the ghillie suits, like one was filming and one had like a machine gun.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that scene.
Yeah. He took the one guy with the gun out first, and the guy's like, "I'm just a cameraman." He's like, "Film this."
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because Vinnie Jones, like we said, he was just like a loose cannon, crazy, didn't give a fuck about
he was
anybody.
He was somebody that you just would not want to cross, man.
Right, yeah, because he's been through so much, like he says, and done so much that I think at that point he didn't really give a shit about anybody. You know, he didn't even care about the Oriental guy because as soon as they thought Stone Cold was gone, he was like right shooting arrows at this motherfucker,
Yeah.
and he was running off. You know,
They got that bow and arrow out of one of the packages, and the guy picked up first, and he was like, "I'd take that." It's like, that's got my name all over it.
yeah, he liked that bow and arrow, and that's another thing, because when Stone Cold found the Chinese guy or Japanese guy, I don't know what he was, but he was fighting him, and then Vinnie Jones was up high in some area, and he's vaguely seeing what's going on, and at some point he jumps down, and I think he was like shooting his arrows at Stone Cold.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold was, had to run off. And that's when he
Yeah.
found that bunker area with that other girl in there. You
Yeah,
know,
when like I said, he thought that they got blown up, and then
Right.
Vinnie Jones realizing it was just coming down to him and the one guy.
right,
He's like, "All right, it's down to us now."
right. And another thing that I remember when I first watched that, I was thinking during the film that Stone Cold and Vinnie Jones are going to have this epic throwdown fight scene at the end, but no, he ends up just shooting them.
Yeah,
They have a few fight scenes throughout the movie, but they were short.
Yeah,
You know.
Vinny Jones got a gun and was gonna
Right.
shot at him and caused him to fall down the side of that
Right.
rocky ravine deal into the water, and you
Right.
see him like floating, thinking that
That
he's
he's-
dead, and
right.
it's like, oh shit.
When he's not.
You know?
But yeah, they never really had like a big fight scene with each other. I'm talking like
Right.
fist to fist, or with knives or nothing. He just ends up
Yeah.
shooting them at the end.
Because they had one fight scene that was pretty good. Stone Cold got him down at one point. He's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!"
Right. Right, but then and then it looks like they were gonna fight at one point, but like we were talking about, he ends up jumping off this fucking cliff into the some water, and
Yeah,
then
and Stone Cold was like looking down, was like, "Fuck it!" He
Yeah.
jumps after him.
right, and jumps after him. Which when I first watched that, I didn't think he was gonna do that. I
Yeah,
figured
it-
he would just
it's
let him
funny.
go.
Yeah, it was funny because even the people, like his people that in the hometown with his girlfriend, were all watching it, and you could hear one of them saying like, "He's not going to jump. He's not going to do it."
Right, and he ends up
And
fucking
it
going
was like-
after him.
And he's just like, "Fuck it," and he just jumps.
Right, I'm just like, damn, dude, you're really fucking like,
You got a death wish.
you're gonna go the distance with this motherfucker too, because
Yeah.
you
So,
know.
I mean, at that point, dude, after he's seeing what Vinny Jones did to that Mexican
Oh
guy,
yeah,
I think he was like, it was personal.
yeah,
then,
yeah. I
because-
mean, he even said, okay, game on, because
Yeah,
I
so,
think at that point he was really pissed, man. He's had it with this motherfucker,
yeah,
you know.
he wants to take everybody out, win that deal, and get back to his girlfriend.
Exactly. So, anyways, yes, we've talked about the film. We went over everything. Good movie, and we're gonna wrap this one up, guys. So.
Yeah, and we will catch y'all on the next one.
Yes, we will be back before you know it, and have a good day, night, morning, whenever you're watching this. We're out of here, and see ya. Bye-bye.